Hey everybody, it is Jillian. So this is a very important thing to remember about mucus. You see, we have a lot of people out there in the holistic world that are against mucus. They won't drink milk. They won't eat anything milk related. They try to avoid mucus bringing up foods. And so they don't understand the power of mucus. And mucus means that your body is being coated. You see, food that brings up mucus is coating your body. And so this whole thing with like Jabba the jellyfish, right? I know I use it seems like pejorative, but it's not really. It really paints a picture. So when people pass away looking like Jabba the jellyfish or the Crypt Keeper, it's because they are eating foods that are not being coded to their body, and they're suffering hormonal imbalances from predispositions. And so everyone wants to go and demonize McDonald's and demonize meat, milk, cheese, processed food, and all of that, right? And all that's just is coding. But what the issue is that people are in a cured state of decline. And when you're in a cured state, you don't have access to the food supply. And so what gluttony is that you're eating food that is doing nothing for you. Because if food is doing something for you, people wouldn't be dying from aging, from cancer, disease, chronic illness, heart attacks, strokes, autoimmune disorders. Why do people die? Because the food supply isn't working to their benefit, because they're in a cured state of decline. So when you are taking vectors that are stopping evolution, and of course you have predispositions on these starvation diets, then the body is just utilizing the superficial energy from the food and cannibalizing your body at the same time. And so then you experience the malnutrition, the starvation. And so you see it in the vegans and vegetarians who aren't lacto-vegan and vegetarians. You see people who are very underweight. You see in people who are still doing J juice. I'm getting on people in my group who have been on the J juice for the last 4 years. They're not reversing the aging process. Yeah, they're hanging out with their family and their friends because they want to be out there in the game. I understand that, but you know what? You can't have it both ways. That's going to be the major issue. If you want to work on yourself, you got to give, the world a rest a little bit. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to be doing the J juice for a second, you get off it, and you're eating all the food in the food supply, and then you go out there around 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 people, right? And you see it on my Facebook where I show you how many times likely you're going to get some kind of variant that's going to cause symptoms. You're going to get tired of picking up all your grandkids, your kids, your friends and family's variants from all the mutated viruses that they hold, but they're just used to it, and they just take all their pills and their powder supplements and all their mucus drying agents. But you're not doing that. You're not taking mucus drying agents. So you got to deal with this evolution. You're going to get tired of hanging out with your grandkids. And I know you're going to be like, oh, I got to be next to my grandkids. Okay, fine. Sacrifice yourself for your grandkids. Sacrifice yourself for your kids. Sacrifice yourself for everyone in the world, because you're going to be a martyr. That's who you are. You're a martyr. And so I know who in my group is still on the J juice after the last 4 years, haven't reversed the aging process. They still look the same, or they have the same picture up and they're not putting anything new because they haven't changed. Or somebody is realizing that they are not seeing any more reversal in their issues, and they're kind of in this cured state of beef jerky because they're afraid to feel viruses. They won't get off the J juice, and they're not eating all the food in the food supply. And guess what the environment is doing to them? It is cannibalizing the hell out of them. So that's why people are going to die who are also in the JJ mentality, because they haven't gotten off the J juice and they want to go hang out and be a martyr for their friends and family and all of their lifestyle. And that was what I did not anticipate a couple years ago. But as soon as I figured out what was going on as far as a cured state of decline, then I switched everything up. Then I'm like, holy crap, get off the J juice, get off the J juice, get off the J juice, feel the viruses. Every single time I go out there in the environment, I feel something. And so now I'm like, I'm tired of feeling everything all the time. So now I'm just kind of stuck here, not in a bad way. I actually like being solitary, just hanging out with my husband, because I'm only 1 times more likely to get exposed to a variant versus hanging out with 5 people and being 5 times as likely to catch a variant that I have to recover from. And so every time I go out, you know, like in a day, like tomorrow I'll be out for maybe a little bit, I might have to recover on Sunday. And so, you know, it's, oh God, these mosquitoes are kicking my butt. But that's the thing, is that people don't understand how this works. And you can't be in a cured state of decline for a long period of time, because you're not coding your DNA. You're not. And so that's why people die. And that's why we have Jabba the jellyfish and the Crypt Keeper as the end of the line physical characteristic. Because they're in a cured state, the food supply isn't doing anything for them, they're on low sodium diets, and they don't want to feel any symptoms or any pain or anything like that. And so I always, whenever I eat, I always feel some kind of mucus. I'm always blowing my nose right after I eat. Always. Whether I drink some soda, or I eat a hamburger, or I eat some cereal, or I eat cheese or a sandwich, or whatever, I'm always blowing my nose right afterwards. And if you're not eating foods that are causing mucus, then you're not doing anything for yourself. If you're trying to dry up your mucus, or eating like ginger and turmeric and curries and all these different spices to stop the mucus, you're depleting your body's ability to keep on lipids and fats and prostaglandin healing hormones, so that way you can heal very quickly in case of some kind of blunt force trauma, or, you know, a bug bite or something. There's fucking mosquitoes. So they're not hitting me right now, but I'm just itching from the bites, because I go outside and oh my gosh, it's pretty crazy out there. So yeah, you should be, so that's the thing, you should be blowing your nose every night, every morning, after you eat. You should be feeling something. Get off the J juice, you guys. And if you're not, and you pass away from vital organ failure because you have not put any substance on your body, and the viral transducers are cannibalizing you from all your friends and family and all your outings, you can't blame anyone but yourself, because I have given you this information. So no one can blame the J juice for destroying people, because people who starve themselves put themselves in a cured state with the J juice or with the vectors, because that's what the vectors do. They put you in a cured state. Or from all the turmeric and honey and the ivermectins and the remdesivir, whatever, or the kombuchas and the apple cider vinegars and all the different elderberry syrup. If you choose to put yourself in a cured state of decline, I don't care what it is you're doing. If you don't want to feel any pain and you don't understand evolution, you have caused yourself to be 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, then in the grave. And nobody can blame the J juice, because you're supposed to be eating. And you're supposed to only do the J juice temporarily to have it be a catalyst to evolution, and then you feed all freaking viral energy, and you're supposed to feel everything and have the mucus come out. And so when someone says, well, I don't feel anything, so that means I have a strong immune system. You know what that means when you have a strong immune system and you don't feel anything? You have mRNA that is attacking your evolution, so you don't feel shit. So you might as well have taken a vector. Or you've taken on someone antibodies that was just recently vectored, and they've programmed your body to attack your evolution. And so, yeah, you can be around 40 people and not feel shit, but doesn't mean you have a strong, good immune system. You have a strong immune system, but the wrong side of it. You don't have a balanced immune system, because a strong immune system doesn't mean anything. A balanced immune system means something, but that means you got to feel something. If you don't feel anything, then you have an unbalanced immune system. I don't even want to call it strong. Strong is a wrong word, because what is that referencing? Strong on which side? The antagonist side or the agonist side? If you have a strong agonist antibodies immune system, it means you have cancer. You have a strong antagonist side, means your body is depleting and it's not evolving. So you don't want to have a strong immune system. You want to have a balanced immune system, because strong, there is no real reference. And there's no real information behind a strong immune system. And so I know when people that still believe that they should not feel any pain. And I know people that still believe that they are in the holistic world because they don't want to feel anything. And so when they're using GA juice as a holistic remedy, yeah, they don't get it. And so that's why I kick people out of the group, because they don't get it. And I don't feel like explaining it 1,000 times more. They're going to use GA juice as a cure, and then there'll be nothing left of them in the next 10 years, if that, because they won't want to feel anything. And the food supply is not going to code them. They'll be doing GA juice and thinking they can eat everything, and the food will do nothing for them. Nothing, because they're in a cured state of decline. So they're a gluttonous, or they're wasting food. All right, bye.